what brings me out today? Frank Langella brings me out today.
In a word, Frank Langella. I adore him.
I'm a huge fan of Frank Langella. And also of the play. It's one of my favorite plays. So I can't wait. I haven't seen it since, I think, the 60s or something when it was first done here.
I'd seen the movie, so I really look forward to seeing what Frank does with it, and especially Doug, because he's such a great director.
Well, it's a wonderful play, absolutely beautiful play, and I think it's a perfect time for it to come back.
Actually, the counterpoint, of course, of the debates this evening. Or the companion piece, that's probably better stated. So I think it's probably very appropriate.
It's a debate. Right. We're missing the debate for this.
For this show.
But we're DVRing it.
Exactly.
So now you'd give the devil the benefit of the law?
Yes, what would you do? Cut a great road through the law to get after the devil?
I'd cut down every law in England to do that.
Oh? And when the last law was down and the devil turned round on you, where would you hide, Rupert? The laws all being flat.
It's about the Chancellor of England, his name was Thomas More, who Frank Langella plays, who refused to accept the religious stance of Henry VIII, and for that he was beheaded. And he was beheaded because of his beliefs.
Thomas More is a really wonderful... you have to call on parts of yourself you don't ordinarily draw on, particularly in this society at this time. A man of deep conscience and deep integrity is difficult to play, to find a way to do it, and trying to find his reasons for doing something most of us could never do.
When I first came into this, I was pretty starstruck by Frank, because he's a real idol of mine. I sort of wanted to be him growing up. So it took me a while to be able to be the king in that scene and to dominate and to basically say things are going to be done my way.
Many people think of this play as an epic play and as a sort of costume drama in a kind of dreary masterpiece theater sense, and Frank brought a real vigorous commitment to telling the truth and keeping it on a real human scale.
It never felt that massive to me. It felt very humanly scaled, which is why I wanted to do the play. Like a lot of epics, it comes down to families and people who work together, and 2 or 3 or 4 people working out something impossible.
Yeah, Doug is incredible. I mean, I had heard he was, and so I shouldn't have been surprised, but he's so intelligent, and he's so funny and so warm.
It's been a gift, just a wonderful joy of discovery and exploration and play. So it's been wonderful.
There's so many moments in the play that have continued to give me chills and to infuriate me and invigorate me and remind me of what's important and what I care about and why I care about it.
It's a play about selfhood, and I think in the case of Thomas More, it's about the attainment of selfhood, even though there's, of course, a great cost.
We could name a half a dozen instances, maybe some of them from the last 2 presidential terms, where we've seen people forsake their conscience for the convenient performance of their public duties.
In any era, in any time, there are very few Thomas Mores. There's a Nelson Mandela, there's a Mother Teresa, there's a Martin Luther King, there's a Gandhi, and there's Sir Thomas.
What's the name of those dogs? What are they called? Marsh, mastiffs, bog beagles?
Water spaniels.
And what would you do with a water spaniel that was afraid of water? You'd hang it. Well, as a spaniel is to water, so is a man to himself. I will not give in because I oppose it. I do. Not my pride, not my spleen, nor any other of my appetites, but I do.